Marty Nemko, on creating a show. 2 months ago, I had never even heard of Leslie O'Brien. Now we've created and performed Not Your Average Church Lady 4 times, including twice before a TV studio audience. It's scheduled for broadcast starting in March, twice a week for a month, anywhere in the world online or on traditional TV throughout the Napa Valley. But I'm getting ahead of myself. On December 16th, 2 months ago, I found myself not looking forward to giving my next keyboard concert, Welcoming Winter, which is mainly Christmas songs. So I decided to find a singer to sing a couple of carols. I called 2 local choir directors, and each of them recommended the same singer, Leslie O'Brien. Now that is a good sign. December 18th was the concert, and Leslie turned out to be much more than a singer, much more than a performer. She was smart, clever, off-the-cuff bantering with me and the audience. So I had her sing for half the concert, no preparation. She was great, and we played off each other in between songs. No cliche, "Hey, is everyone having fun?" Plus, Leslie is easy to get along with. She defaults to yes and to making others feel good. I like creating, so I asked if she'd let me create a show for her, with me as the antagonist and piano accompanist. Unlike atheist me, she is a practicing Christian, but with a playful edge. So I created Not Your Average Church Lady, with her as the deacon who voted to put me, the pastor, on probation because I was emotionally tone deaf. Because we can think on our feet, a script would leach chemistry, so I just created a rundown. A few words to remind us of the theme of our between songs interaction, and then an appropriate song to segue into. Surprise is key. So I had her start as a restrained church lady serving Cheez-Its at a church supper. She wore a frumpy outfit. After inviting Cheez-Its for Jesus, she transformed into exuberant Sister Maria in Sound of Music, leading audience members through the hills singing Do a Deer. In a nun's habit, she sings, oh so seriously, a chorus of Joyful, Joyful from the movie Sister Act 2, and then breaks into a stomping black gospel version, during which she slips off the nun's habit to reveal a beautiful orange dress, and then closes with They Don't Let You Sing at the Opera, during which she gives birth while performing at the Metropolitan Opera, complete with contractions and screaming. Slowly, my character gets taken by her Christian kindness. In the end, I am both back in the fold, convince her to become a pastor, and after a beat of ambivalence, put my flask into my pocket. I believe in creating a first draft quickly and then revising to excellence. That is far easier and more fun than struggling for perfection in a first draft. I also believe in collaborative leadership, especially because Leslie is smart. I came with most of the ideas, but she has her own, plus she sometimes pushes back. No ego, just a decision that would make the show better. We first worked on the concepts, the order, props, costumes, and only then really turned to making the singing and my accompaniment, well, sing. Our first performance had me be a rather caricaturish minister, complete with rural Scottish accent, but she suggested, and I agreed, that it's more credible, interesting, and playing to our strengths for me to be a thoughtful, questioning minister, whose flaw was being honest at the expense of kindness. So we debate the problem of evil, the existence of God, whether Christian kindness is usually just performative. After a brief exchange on one of those, we've worked out a credible transition to a song, and that is working better. I am sensitive to male bashing. Well, in the song we both love, They Won't Let You in the Opera, or They Don't Let You in the Opera, I guess, every man, even the heroine's champion and benefactor, is bad. A blowhard, and then the bastard died. When I proposed replacing blowhard with kind heart and bastard with old man, she agreed. I told her of my tendency to play and speak too quickly, so if she wants me to slow down, she should subtly signal me. Before we did the show on TV, even though I am an atheist, in the car, when we parked next to the studio, I asked if I could say a little prayer for us. I thanked the fates for the serendipity of our unexpected meeting, compatibility, and ability to create a truly enjoyable show in just a month, while both of us were working full-time in our day jobs. Atheist or not, praying together felt good, and we now always step away to say a prayer before every show. We're continuing to polish, and while our first plan was to go big, we have tentatively decided that because the show is pro-religion, and most of the songs appeal to older people, for example, You'll Never Walk Alone, Broken Vow, and No Time at All, our niche should be older people, especially doing fundraisers for churches and synagogues. I have a rich life, but I am finding that creating and refining Not Your Average Church Lady is among my life's most rewarding projects. The Generalizables, a purely pro-social mission. A project partner well matched in intelligence, artistic talent, benevolence, and a project with some stakes. Whether you're a teacher deciding if your class should create AI-based videos to post on a TV in the hall, a writer who's thinking about using new tools to influence people away from monomind, that is, the narrowing of the American mind, which I've written about on Medium, or a manager wondering about replacing the usual boring dog and pony show with an immersive interaction session, I suggest you give it a try. In any event, that is on creating a show. As usual, I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. And certainly would welcome you taking a look at any of my 36 books. Perhaps most relevant is How to Do Life, but all 36 are on Amazon. In any event, I thank you for watching. I am Marty Nenko.